Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Deb's Kitchen and my talk on oats today. We're going to talk about grains this week, but we're going to start with oats because everyone loves oatmeal. Everyone knows oatmeal, and it's awesome. I've got some facts here. I want to know if you guys know this. Any guesses on why oatmeal is good for you? What about you, Mom?
I think because there's lots of fiber.
Yes, there's actually in a serving about 7.5 grams of fiber. And does anybody know how much fiber a woman should get in a day?
Lots.
You're right. 25 grams. So 7.5 grams is getting you a really good start in your fiber for the day. It's also a complex carbohydrate, which means it digests slower in your blood and it doesn't spike your blood sugar. There's nothing wrong with carbohydrates. You just have to know what kinds you're eating. There's also a ton of protein. In a serving of oatmeal, there's about 10.8 grams of protein. So if you had a bowl of oatmeal and say a hard-boiled egg or a piece of cheese, you would have a really complete breakfast, because I think you're supposed to shoot for about 20 grams of protein at breakfast. And we did that when we were having the bacon and eggs in the old days. I don't think we're doing that so much anymore with cereals and things. It also has vitamin A, vitamin C. It has 19% of your daily iron, which is huge, especially if you're a younger woman. And get this, it also has 43% of your daily calcium. Amazing, hey? So that's the really basic nutritional value of oatmeal. Now, you can get oats in a lot of different ways. So I've put some of them out here. We start with groats. And that's this in my modular mates to keep them fresh. Now groats, you will see, look like sort of little seeds or little rice kernels or something. Now I have to admit, these are barley groats because I don't have oat groats here right now. But basically, when they pick the oat, it looks like a seed, like a piece of grass. With groats, this is when they take off the outer hull of it, which is not edible. And that's what you're left with. So groats are harder. You can't use them necessarily in baking and things like that. They take longer to cook. But if you like a really textured oat, we're going to do a groat meal exercise recipe this week. And then we're going to go exercise. And you will love it. So this is now a rolled oat. And I actually have some mixed ones. That's why they look a little bit different. I have some oats and some barley oats and all that. All that is when they take the groat, and they steam it and they flatten it. So these are basically nutritionally sound. All the elements are in there, but because they have more surface area, they cook a little bit quicker. If you like steel cut oats, now I don't happen to have any separate. I have some mixed up right now. But a steel cut oat is basically just the groat chopped up a little bit. And so it's got lots of different corners and edges and things on it. It takes a little bit longer to cook and it's a little bit chewier. So there's really no difference between any of these nutritionally, just in what you would use them for. And like rolled oats, you would generally use in baking rather than the steel cut oats or the groats. There is another kind of oat there's nothing wrong with it. It's called an instant oat. And these are the kind that can cook in about 5 minutes on the stove or about 3 minutes in the microwave. Now, these are just rolled oats that have been steamed for a longer period of time and roll several times. So you'll find that the oat is bigger looking when you open these up, and it's a little bit flatter, so it absorbs the liquid quicker and cooks quicker. Now there is nothing wrong with these whatsoever, these instant oats, until you put them in a package and you add tons of sugar and tons of flavorings and preservatives and things. That's what you have to watch for with these. And so you lose a little bit of your nutritional value because they put in all these other additives. For example, a serving of this oatmeal is about 200 calories or so. A serving of this oatmeal is more like 350 calories because of what they put in it. So you just have to be aware, read your labels, and don't make a really nutritious food into a really crappy junk type food. Get instant oats and make your own instant oatmeal. Use your own sweeteners, maple syrups, honeys, stevia, even brown sugar or real sugar. Just control how much is going in. So anyway, I have a really good little quick recipe for oats. We usually use steel cut oats because I like the texture of them. But like I said, right now I just have this mixture of sort of oats and barley oats and all sorts of oats that we're using up. So I'm going to put in a half cup of uncooked oats per person. And then I'm going to put in a dash of salt, because we all need salt. Super duper spice containers, which are great because they have a shaker side and a measuring side. We love cinnamon, right, Mom?
Yes, ma'am.
Whoops. And my cinnamon one, I'm sorry, is really tight because it's brand new and I have arthritic hands. So we're putting in some cinnamon. We are putting in some roughly measured honey. I usually put in about 3 tablespoons or so for 2 servings. And like I said, this is kind of roughly measured and you can taste it as you go. And then we've got 2 cups of water for those 1 cup of oats for servings for the 2 of us. Now what I'm gonna do, because these are just rolled oats and not steel cut or groats, they're gonna cook in about 20 minutes. I'm gonna put them on the stove. I'm gonna bring them to boiling. I'm going to add some raisins, and then I'm gonna let them cook at a simmer for about another 15 minutes or so. We're gonna have a really good, quick, healthy breakfast. So hope you enjoyed that. Tune in later and we'll talk about some other grains. Okay?
Oh, and before we go,
Yeah?
be sure and tell Deb how much you love her haircut.
Oh yeah, it's my COVID haircut. Poor Mom almost died of a heart attack trying to cut my hair for me. But we don't think it looks too bad. I said it's definitely not in my top 3 worst haircuts ever in my life, so we win. Okay, guys, stay safe. See you later.